Hello, friends. Today we're going to be reading Chapter 3 of The Mother's Promise. In third period science, Zoe was trying to follow the rules, not the class rules, but her own. And her own rules were far more extensive. Never place both feet on the ground while sitting, never touch the sides of the chair, never be the first or last person to take their seat. It's okay to look around the classroom, but never out the window. Don't let anything weird pop into your head. If forced to answer a question, never start your response with or I think. 2 seats to her left, Cameron Freeman was folding up scraps of paper and attempting to throw them at the back of Billy Dryer's head. Yeah, real cool Cameron, picking on a kid because he's deaf. But the paper was falling well short of its target. Zoe wanted to tell Cameron to cut it out, but Zoe didn't do things like that. It wasn't that she cared about what Cameron Freeman thought about her. She didn't. It was merely the fact that if she stood up to him, and she would notice she was alive, and that something Zoe tried to avoid at all costs. Okay, class, Mr. Bahar said. Everyone find a partner. Zoe's stomach plunged. There were a few things more heinous than having to find a partner in class. The looking around, the making eye contact, and the inevitable rejection. All around her, people paired up with the ease of a magnet and metal. Even now, Zoe couldn't help but marvel. How did they do it? Were they really as carefree as they looked? Usually when the class were asked to partner up, Zoe lunged for her friend Emily, her one and only friend. When Emily wasn't in her class, like third period science, she simply kept her eyes down and tried to be invisible. Even the teacher would pair up with her or whoever was left. Even usually Billy or Jessie, Lee Simmons, the emo with the turquoise hair and the piercings. But today she pondered a defect in her inability to be normal. She found herself staring straight ahead, and that is when she noticed Harry Lynch, bent around in his chair, one elbow draped on the front of the desk. What? She whispered. He didn't look away. You said my name. Was he crazy? Why on earth did I say his name? No, I didn't. You did, first and last. Harry spoke of the matter of-factly rather than with ridicule. Why else would I be looking at you? Zoe felt her cheeks pull with hot, shameful color. It was a good question, which made this all the more humiliating. Someone like Harry would never look at Zoe spontaneously. Harry wasn't exactly good-looking, but he managed to hide it all well by being a big and looking more or less like all the other guys who played football. Maybe she had said his name out loud. She did do weird things like that sometimes. Once in gym class, she accidentally started singing out loud. She needed to sing internally to get through the horror of exercising and wearing gym shorts in public. Maybe she was actually as crazy as she thought she was. Harry opened his mouth to say something else, but before he could, Amber Jeffries was practically sitting in his lap. Partner, Harry? She gave him this kind of slow, sexy smile that was both adorably and sickeningly desperate. Harry's gaze flickered to Amber's. Sure. As he turned back to face the front, Zoe's heart started to beat again. Another bullet dodged, just about 500 billion ago. Just about another 500 billion ago. Until tomorrow. Once Zoe's mom had asked her to describe what it felt like being her for a heartbeat, she considered telling the truth. And it's like being anchored to damp sand, she imagined saying. Your head is toward the ocean, your ears are wet, you're waiting for the next wave, you want to turn and look and see what's coming for you, but you can't move. So you just lie there and wonder. Are the waves big today? Will they come, tease me a bit, then recede away? Or will they come at a speed, dumping on me again and again, filling my nose and mouth and with water until my lungs are burning and ready to explode? The awful part is you don't know, so you wait, helplessly expecting the worst. So it pictures what her mom's face would look like if she were to actually say those words. And then she said, it's kind of like feeling out of breath, a little lightheaded, a little fluttery, but it only stays for a few minutes, then it fades away. It was bad enough that one of them knew the truth. That is the end of Chapter 3. See you guys for Chapter 4 in the next episode.